I'm wearing a hat through the video. I just got back from work and my hair is atrocious. Hey guys, it's Devin, and today I am going to be talking about some book-to-movie adaptations. Now this is always a controversial topic in the sense that people have so many opinions about what makes a good book-to-movie adaptation, and I'm just going to be sharing some of my opinions about specific ones. I essentially have a list of questions that I'm going to ask myself, and I am going to answer them too. Let's go. The first question is my favorite movie adaptation, and this does not mean the adaptation that I think follows the book closest or is as similar to the book. It's just my favorite movie that is based on a book. Yeah. And so for this question, I am going with Pride and Prejudice with Keira Knightley and Matthew McFadden. The case just closed. I have not actually read the book, but I do have the book on my e-reader. This movie is just so good. It's so great. It's beautiful. It's sad. It's heartbreaking. It's happy. It's incredible. I really enjoy the tone of this movie. If you have not seen this film, I would recommend watching it with someone who has seen it before if you aren't really into those kinds of older, like set in an older time period movie. I did watch it with a really good friend of mine who this is her favorite movie, and it's now one of my favorite movies as well. And she really just helped explain what was going on every 5 seconds. I'd ask her to pause it and tell me what just happened. And in the end, it was beautiful. She summarized it very well. So the next question is the opposite. What is your least favorite movie that's based on a book? And I don't know if I have one of these. We shall see. So I'm actually gonna go with Insurgent, based on the book Insurgent by Veronica Roth. I don't currently own this movie, but I'm sure that someone in my house will buy it at some point. I just did not enjoy the movie. I thought it was slow. I thought it was not the best quality of movie. I just didn't find the plot that interesting. I don't know. Maybe it's because I wasn't the biggest fan of Divergent, but to me Insurgent was just really not up to par. Question number 3 is the best book-to-movie adaptation. So which movie adaptation do you really find follows the book the closest and is the most similar? For me, this movie is The Hunger Games: Catching Fire, based on the book Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins. I just found this is a book right here. I just found this movie to be so much better than the first Hunger Games. It followed the book so well. It had little bits from the book that the fans loved, but it also translated so well into the movie to make sense to people who hadn't read the book. It really just, it was so fantastically perfect, and they really didn't change anything, which I thought was brilliant. And I think that's part of why it's so successful, is because the fans of the books were so pleased with it. That's the core audience that you want to please first and foremost, because if the fans of the book doesn't like it, you're in trouble. The next question is the exact opposite, pretty much. The worst book-to-movie adaptation. This is not saying the worst movie, the worst quality of movie, it's just the movie that did not follow the book. And for this one, I have to go with The Duff, based on the book The Duff by Cody Keplinger. And I adore this movie. It's really, really high up on my list of favorite movies, but I just found it so different from the book. I was ready to go into this book expecting it to be so kind of like a teeny bopper book where it's just kind of fluff, and it really didn't deal with a lot of heavy subject matter, because this movie is basically just a feel-good teenage movie. But the book was so intense and so serious. It had so many different topics in it that were just not even expressed in the movie. And there's like whole new characters added into the movie. I have a lot of opinions about this movie and versus the book. Overall, I really did like the movie. I just think it is the farthest thing from the book. The only real similarity in my mind was like the characters' names and the word the dove. Like that's pretty much it. Next question is the movie that you were the most surprised to find out was based on a book. And for me, this was Jurassic Park, based on the book Jurassic Park by an author that I don't know. I don't know who wrote Jurassic Park, but I did not know that this was a book originally. Like it just blew my mind when I found out, because it's this amazing Oscar winner, and I've heard of the movies, like it's this huge series of movies, but I didn't know it was a book, and that makes it kind of interesting to me to read the book and see if I get that same like kind of fear and suspense that I got while watching this movie, because this is an intense movie, guys. But yeah, I just didn't really even think that this could be a book for some reason. It just seemed so odd to me that it was a book. The next question, oh, the light went down. I'm using natural light from outside as well as artificial light from a light bulb. Come on, son. There we go. Next question is a book that you wish would be turned into a movie. The light's gone again. What the heck? Come on, light. We'll just go with the artificial light for a little while until the sun comes back. So for this question, it was a bit difficult to really pick a book because I don't read a lot of books that aren't movies and are being turned into movies. But I did end up going with Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins because I absolutely adored this book. It was just so amazing. It really went a lot deeper than I thought, and I got so attached to these characters, particularly Anna and Etienne. Obviously they're the main characters, but I think it would be great if this was turned into a movie. I would definitely run to the theater to watch it, and it's not like a book that I'm super attached to so that I would be worried if it was turned into a movie that they would screw everything up. I don't think that you could really mess this up that bad if it was turned into a movie. I think it reads like a screenplay, so it really wouldn't be that bad. And the final question is the movie that you wish was based off of books that you could just read that book and love it and experience even more than you did in the movie. And so for this question, I went with The Mummy because I think that this would make a great monster book, and it would have people just on the edge of their seats if they were on a seat while they were reading it. But this movie is so cool and funny and kind of intense, and I just think it would translate really well to a book. And also I think it would give a deeper understanding to the world and what exactly is going on, because to me it was a little confusing at times. That is all that you get to hear from me today about my book to movie adaptation opinions, and I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Thank you so much for staying until the end. Make sure that you like, make sure that you comment. You gotta make sure you subscribe because I am getting more dedicated to this channel and I'm going to be posting a lot more videos. It's a lot of pointing. And make sure that you follow me on my social media for Instagram and Twitter. I am @TheShelfie, and thank you guys so much for watching. And that is all from me and my Shelfie.